Take full responsibility. When I say take full responsibility, I mean that in every aspect of the business. Do not be one of those sales reps that falls into the trap of blaming your leads, of blaming your appointment setters, of blaming your customers, of blaming other people for things that you need to take responsibility for. Now, when it comes to your sale, if you didn't close it, you know whose fault that is? It's your fault. Okay? You need to take full responsibility. If your customer cancels, whose fault is it? It's your fault. You need to take full responsibility of every single part of your entire process. Until you take full responsibility, you're giving up control to someone else, and you're not going to be able to dominate solar sales. So you need to take full responsibility. When it comes to your homeowner, okay? If your homeowner has an issue, you need to take responsibility. You need to make sure when you're done with your sale, you give that person your direct contact information. You let them know that if they have an issue, they need to contact you directly, and then you will get them in touch with whoever or whatever department is required for them to get their issue solved, okay? I see tons of reps make this mistake of, well, that's not my job, that's not my department, that's not my responsibility, and then they wonder, well, why did the customer cancel? Well, it's because you did not take responsibility of making sure that you put that person in touch with the right person or the right department, and making sure that you reach out to that department and walk them through and ensure that they handle the problem. You can't leave the responsibility on anybody else. It might not be your job to make sure that some adjustment gets made to the design. That might not be your department, but you still need to take responsibility for it because that's your paycheck. It's your customer, it's your name on a contract, and you need to take full responsibility. So if there's an issue with a design, you need to tell the customer, hey, reach out to me directly. When the customer reaches out to you, you need to say, hey, I understand this is your problem. What I'm going to do is get you in touch with the right person, and I'm going to touch base with them to make sure that they get this handled for you. And then you're going to do exactly what you said you're going to do. You're going to take that thing, that issue, that problem, that obstacle. You're going to take that, take it to the design team. Hey, here's the issue. Okay, and then you're going to follow up with the design team to make sure it was done and make sure that that information was relayed back to the homeowner. Okay, so again, take responsibility in every single aspect. If the homeowner is not prepared when you show up, if the homeowner has no idea why you're there, it's not the setter's problem. It's an opportunity for you to now create an opportunity. It's for you to be an alchemist as a true salesperson, as a true closer. It gives you an opportunity to create whatever you want because they don't even know why you're there. So instead of looking at that as a negative, well, the setter didn't make the appointment sticky enough. The setter did. Listen, I come from a place where our best leads were back in the 2013, 14, when people were getting a Chick-fil-A gift card and said, hey, you're going to get a free energy audit, right? And we were showing up there to sell solar. People had no idea what we were even doing there, right? So I'm overhearing about how the setter didn't do the great job, the leads suck, right? Listen, if you have an appointment at somebody's house, it is your responsibility to close that appointment. It is your responsibility to create the need, to create the want, to create the desire, to create the opportunity. It's your responsibility, okay? Another thing that I'll say is that these homeowners are not your opportunities. They are your responsibility. It's your responsibility to close them. If you know that you have a product or service that's going to leave somebody better than you found them, it's your responsibility to make sure you close the deal. If you don't do that, if you don't handle your responsibility to close, if you just, listen to the homeowner and say, well, you give me a call back in a week or a month or whatever, right? You're just wasting their time. You're wasting your own time. You're giving them a bunch of information that they can't use. And if they do use it, it's probably going to be used to buy solar from someone else. It's your responsibility to close. So take full responsibility for everything. If your sales are down this month, it's your fault. If your sales are up this month, it's your fault. Okay? So whatever is happening, take full responsibility for every single part of your process. Take responsibility for your homeowners, take responsibility for their problems, take responsibility for their objections, take responsibility for them after the close. Just take full responsibility. Take responsibility for your leads, take responsibility for your follow-up, take responsibility for every single thing. The quicker that you can understand that if it's meant to be, it's up to me, or whatever other, silly phrase that you want to use, right? The fact is that these things ring true. It is your responsibility and everything lies on you. So the quicker that you can get your head around that, and the quicker that you can take responsibility for not just your sale, but everything else in your life, the quicker you can take responsibility, the quicker you can get results.